Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to fix your doll's frizzy hair. And the reason that this gets a lot of requests is probably the same situation I was in, which was where I had this doll since I was probably 7 or 8 years old. This is Elizabeth, she's a retired historical doll. And when I was a kid, I didn't really take care of her hair. So it's gotten much better over the years by using this technique that I'm about to show you, but it's still a little bit frizzy. I don't know if you can tell. But basically, I just want to fix this kind of split endiness and it's kind of like rough. And as you can see, I mean, it's gotten much better, but still it's not perfect. So this is just for anyone who needs to fix their doll's frizzy hair. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started. And if you have any other video requests that you want me to do that are similar to this, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to do it for my next video. Okay, so this whole thing is really simple. I just started out by brushing her hair through before I put her in the sink. And then I just have a brush to brush her hair out afterwards. I have some conditioner, just any kind works, honestly. I just have Pantene. And then a little bit of shampoo as well. So we're just going to start off, and I'll just lay down a couple really important things. So you definitely do not want to get your doll's scalp wet, which is this part, like the whole netting that their hair is attached to. You really don't want to get that wet, because if it gets wet it can get loose and then your doll's hair can fall off. So I don't think any of us want that. And if you're going to wash a doll's hair with short hair, first of all, I wouldn't recommend it, but second of all, if you're going to do it, just be really, really careful that you don't wet their scalp, because that's going to be really difficult to not wet their scalp because their hair is so short. And I don't really see why you would need to wash like Kit or Nellie's hair anyway, or any doll with short hair, because I don't think their hair gets too messy that easily. So yeah, without further ado, we can get into it. So I'm just going to put her head over here and then just wet it a little bit. And when you get closer to the front of the sink, it's just important to be careful of the net, like I said, the top of their head. And that's a little too hot, so let's make that colder. Probably don't want to make it too hot either. So first I'm going to take just a little bit of shampoo, and you really don't need that much, just enough to get through her whole head. So that's probably plenty, if you can see that. There we go, yep. So I'm just going to rub it together, and just really, like, of course you can do it towards the top, but you really need to get it towards the end. So I probably did it a little bit too far up. I really hope you can see this. You're just going to really get it through the ends, because that's where it probably needs it the most. And make sure also when you're doing this, be really careful not to get her eyes wet, because those will fall out as well if they get too wet. Now it's time to wash. Something important to have that I forgot to mention is probably a towel. You're probably going to just want to use this to wash off your hands, and maybe put under your doll too. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just so that her body and stuff doesn't get wet. And it's okay, honestly, if her body does get wet, like, don't freak out, but if it gets, like, I mean, you probably just don't want to drench it. It'll definitely dry eventually, but yeah, I'm just going to put her under this so that the rest of her body isn't at risk for getting too wet. Okay, so now that almost all of the shampoo is out, I'm just going to take a little bit of conditioner, and this is probably what's going to help it the most, get all the tangles out. And again, I'm just going to scoot her up a little bit with my thumbs that are not covered in conditioner, and just go through the ends, like, really, really well. Once you think you're done washing out all of the conditioner and shampoo, you really need to make sure all of it's out though, because if it stays in, it can like kind of make your doll's hair moldy, which is sort of disgusting, but mine's not quite there yet, so I'm just going to rinse her out a little bit more. So now that we've gotten all of the shampoo and conditioner out of her hair, you're just gonna flip her around the sink so that her head hangs over the sink. And I basically just put like a small, not really small, but just a regular bath towel right under so that her hair can drip dry under the towel. And then of course I still have the other one that I put right under her body so that her body doesn't get wet. So we're just gonna brush out her hair. So now that I've brushed her hair out completely, I'm just gonna let it drip dry for just a couple hours, just until it's pretty much dry. Maybe overnight, but I'll get back to you once it's completely dry. Okay, so it's actually the next day, and the only reason I'm filming this clip the next day is because I filmed the other ones pretty late at night, so I just decided to let her hair dry overnight, but you don't necessarily need to do this. You can just let her hair dry until it's dry. It'll just take a couple hours, but really you'll be the judge of that. So yeah, as you can see, the hair looks a lot nicer. It feels so much smoother. And you can see it's kind of like shiny. It's just overall much nicer. Of course, you can see there's still a few dry pieces, but overall there's nothing you can really do about that, honestly, unless you can just get her a new head if you think it's too terrible. But I really like to do this with my dolls maybe like once a year to keep their hair in good condition, and not all my dolls, just the ones with sort of bad hair. So yeah, I'll just give you like an overall. It's really, I love the way it looks. It's so shiny and it feels so soft and it smells good because of the shampoo and conditioner. So yeah, I just love it overall. And I hope you guys get to try this with your dolls because I know a lot of you are in the same position as me and you don't know how to fix your doll's hair and you don't want to send her to the hospital or whatever. So that's just a good way to upkeep it, and you can just do that every once in a while, and then eventually her hair will just become in such nicer condition. Because let me tell you, before I started doing this doll's hair was like literally about to fall out. It was like so dry and like I don't want to say like flaky, but it was like falling out. So I promise this method is awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to recommend any videos you want to see down below, and I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, see you next time.